Now, as I said with Namor's video, here is Arthur Curry, also known to the world as Aquaman. Now, Ziploc pretty much has said a lot of the interesting facts, but I'll recap them for those of you who haven't watched that video. Aquaman can swim up to 500 miles an hour. He's approximately, at least at one point, held up for a few brief seconds half of a building that had fallen in the water. But he's also had a lot of traumatic things happen to him. One of his children were killed by Black Manta. He's had his hand cut off, so he had a cybernetic hook. Then he was given a crystal water hand. Then apparently his ward, Garth, Tempest, basically got killed. And now he's trying to train, Jackie Hyde, who is Black Manta's son. Who is now the new Aqualad. So, a lot of people are wondering, is Aquaman going to try to kill Aqualad? You would think that, but at the same time, Jackie Hyde isn't even aware until Black Manta actually said so, that he was his son, and even then, Jackie Hyde wants nothing to do with him. He actually prefers to be around Aquaman because Aquaman actually is more of a father figure to him and is actually more of a mentor and someone that Jackie Hyde actually at least looks up to according to the way that they portray his personality in the comics. I have not actually read this, but this is just something that I've interpretized. But getting back to the point, Aquaman, he's been portrayed very badly in the Super Friends. But he's got amazing powers. He can, to a small extent, do hydrokinesis. He can mentally talk to any or all fish that are in an area. He's got immense strength. He's very agile and nimble. And he's a guy who can even hold his own against Superman. And there's very few people that can do that. Aquaman is pretty much one of the few characters that can really do that. But he's a lot stronger underwater than he is on land. And his weakness is that if he goes for one whole hour without any form of water, he basically starts to dry up like a fish. He gasps for air. So he's got to deal with this constant problem of keeping himself hydrated. As you can tell, that's a very difficult thing. But other than that, Aquaman's cool. There's not much that I can really say. He's a very underrated character, and he's actually pretty cool if you read about him. And on top of that, the Earth is made of what, 75% water, and Aquaman's got to take care of all of that. Yeah, he's such a useless character, but yet, he takes care of literally every single underwater aquatic problem. And even faces dudes like Black Manta, the Lava Men, and all these other characters. Oh yeah, Aquaman is a very useless character. More like he's very underrated and is given very unjust crap because of who he is. Now, on to the next ones. Oh, and before I forget, Arthur Curry actually didn't realize that he was Atlantean, but as a baby, he could swim underwater and he could stay underwater for like an hour or two without having to come up for air. And it was later revealed to him on his mother's deathbed that she was from Atlantis and that she was part of the royal family. And that one day he would become, the future king of Atlantis or something like that. So yeah, look that up. I think you'll find Aquaman to be a lot more interesting than really how he was portrayed in the Super Friends.